Obidient Group has demanded that Peter Obi, the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, resolve internal party issues within 48 hours. The Obidients were instrumental in popularizing Peter Obi's candidacy, with their enthusiasm and dedication drawing comparisons to grassroots movement. Well, joining me right now on the program is Dr. Paul Moses, who is a member of the Obidient Movement. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dabo.
All right. Can you just, of course, enlighten us, bring us up to speed as regards the Obidient Movement, demanding that, its principle that His Excellency Peter Obi, resolve internal issues, within the Labour Party within 48 hours. What's going on?
Dabo, I don't know where you got that information from, because the Obidient Movement is a very serious group. Dr. Tanko Yunusa is the national coordinator of the Obidient Movement. And for the sake of clarity and also the importance of this interview, I have been serving as the Secretary General of the Obidient Movement. And I know that we have been having serious discussions regarding what needs to be done where the country is concerned. We are going through some of the most incredible moments in the history of Nigeria, where we have no political parties with ideologies, where we have people being killed every day. In the last 24 hours in Jos, over 50 people have been massacred. You follow through a few days ago, another 50 people have been massacred. And the Obidient Movement is particularly concerned with good governance, accountability, and holding leadership accountable. I don't know where you got that news from. We live at a time where fake news, fake people, fake things fly all over the place.
So you are saying categorically...
I particularly take an exception to News Central saying that the Obidient Movement gave an ultimatum to our principal. I don't know how you came about that news.
Well, that is why we are having you on the show this evening, to clear the air, right? And if at all, to give clarity to this. That's why you're here, Dr. Paul, right? To clear the air and to speak to this. So are you saying categorically that the Obidient Movement has nothing to do with this?
This is why I'm saying that we live in a country right now where some people, you don't know where they come from, you don't know their father, you don't know what school they attended. We have so many people being paraded all over the place. And this is why I agree with you that I am here in my capacity as the General Secretary of the Obidient Movement National. The Obidient Movement is a very organized organization that is concerned about serious issues. And Mr. Peter Obi is a man who epitomizes every civility, a democratic individual. He is not one that anybody should toy with. So where you got that news from is not only a misinformation, but it is a fake news by fake people who have no identity, who do not belong to the organization.
All right. Thank you, of course, for clearing the air on that, Dr. Moses Paul. That's why we have you on the program, to actually clear the air on that one. But let's broaden the conversation right now to talk about other pivotal issues. And that is what we are seeing within the Labour Party. We, of course, have seen the Supreme Court ruling and its various interpretation. What do you make of the positioning of the Labour Party ahead of 2027 elections?
I think 2027 is still far off, and in my capacity, of course, I've seen the CTC, but I think that the acting chairman of the Labour Party in person of Senator Nenadi Usman is in the best position to address this question and to give clarity to what's ahead for the party as concerning the next cycle of elections. Because you see again, Dapo, this is why it is important for us as a nation and as a people to be properly guided. It's not within my purview to speak concerning that, but I can say, looking at the CTC, that the judgment of the Supreme Court is clear because it upheld the appeal of the Nenadi Usman's committee and, of course, denied and completely removed that of the Abure-led faction, or whatever you call it. So, but we live in a country that is very lawless, where you cannot count on anything that is said by the judiciary. And this is why you are having a banter even after a Supreme Court ruling has been given concerning a matter.
All right. Let's also talk about the talks around the coalition. What's your take on it?
The coalition is a welcome idea. Coalition is simply a marriage, a coming together of people. And I hold to the principle of my principal, Mr. Peter Obi, who has always maintained that he will only be a part of a coalition that upheld the principles of moving the nation forward. Any coalition that can help alleviate the suffering of the Nigerian masses, any coalition that can bring about security, any coalition that can help to alleviate the suffering masses of Nigeria. But any coalition that is just to seize power and to share the loot of the divide like we've seen over and over again by political parties, and that is not one that we are going to be a part of. And so if it is a coalition of Nigerians who are critical, who are concerned about where we need to be about a nation, and that's a welcome idea. Like we've always seen, like minds that will come together from every quarter, whether it has to do with business, it has to do with politics, it has to do with the value system of the country. I think we need such coalition in this country, especially this time where criminals and bandits and all kinds of people are regrouping to destroy our country. I think it will be good for people of like minds to come together. But it's also very important to say that in a country where the president today came in with 8 million people, given the value of the fact that we have over 95 million registered voters, I don't see the value of a coalition, because even if you put together, based on the 2023 general election, Tinubu, Atiku, and Mr. Peter Obi, when you put all of them together, it is still less than 25% of the total registered voters. I don't think that should even be what is in the front burner. But like I said, the country is going through a point where people cannot move, people are hungry, people are dying every day. There are more issues to look at and talk about than talking about any coalition or any political parties or any of those mundane things that have been circulated, misinformations and paid agents who parade themselves to begin to malign people, blackmail people, and speak things that are not required at this particular point in time in our nation's history.
Okay, before I let you go, a pivotal issue right now in some parts of the country has to do with insecurity. We see what is going on in Plateau State, and unfortunately, what some would consider a resurgence of the activities of Boko Haram in Borno State that, has enjoyed relative peace. What do you think is the missing gap here as regards Nigeria getting its security architecture right?
That boy, it is very sad that Nigerians are very passionate people. but they're not patriotic. And this cuts across every layer, especially within the leadership of the nation. Because it is an aberration that we're talking about the insecurity heightened, within 2 decades of, Nigeria's existence. People are dying in droves. And the security architecture has become a huge business. A few weeks or months ago, the NSA themselves came out to talk about how, the infiltration of the military apparatus, and it is sickening and sad to see what's going on. It is a failure of leadership. From the judiciary to the security, Nigerians are left to, secure themselves. We are our own security. We are our own electricity. We are our own everything in this country. And the primary focus of any leadership and governance has to do with the protection of lives of people and property. And this particular regime has failed to her duty where this is concerned. Therefore, where this has failed, I don't know what else to say, but right now, Nigeria is going through what I cannot describe in words, because it is not about talking tough. When people come out in interviews like this, we talk tough. We talk tough behind the microphone. We talk tough in WhatsApp group. We talk strong and tough. You hear people talk tough everywhere. But the consistency of the patriotism and the loyalty to holding ourselves accountable to be able to do what is required and needed is completely lost. And it is sad to be alive at this particular time in the history of Nigeria, because we have no security, we have no electricity, there's no backing to anything that you can think of. People are hungry, multi-dimensional poverty. You just have people looting the country, leaders who do not care about the people, neighbors who do not care about their neighbors, people who just go about to steal, to kill, and to destroy. This is what we have. We have no security in this country right now. And it is very sad time to be alive, in Nigeria today.
All right, thank you so much for your time on the program. It's been a pleasure, Dr. Paul. Thank you.